Good afternoon, everyone. You're watching a special edition of Vintage Motocross Q&A. Joining me today is John Lake. He is the chairman of the Thistle. This is the group that's putting together the Can-Am 50th Festival. We'll be right back with John Lake, and we'll find out a whole lot more about what's going on at the Can-Am 50th Festival. And joining me this afternoon is John Lake. John, thank you for joining me this afternoon here, and we're going to be talking more about the Can-Am reunion.
Hey, Joe. Glad to be here.
John,
share.
I'm glad you are here. Before we begin, John, I have to thank my sponsors who helped make the show possible. Motion Pro, Preston Petty Products, Vintco, Racer X, Replica Motorcycle Parts.com, Full Circle Racing, and the International Motocross Museum. Okay, now, John, you've been working tirelessly for over 2 years on this project. Let's talk first about what you had to do to make it happen. You're the chairman of the Thistle. What is the Thistle? What did they have to do with putting this together?
Okay, the Thistle is a company we have. We're an incorporated company, and since 2019, we've hosted several motocross events in Ontario here. Last year, we had our best year with a little over 350 riders. I'm a motocrosser from the 70s. I was a dealer in the 70s. I was a Can-Am dealer and second largest Can-Am dealer in 1980 in Ontario. We sold a lot of Can-Am, so that kind of brought me to this when I was made aware that it was actually the 50th anniversary of the brand. Let's get talking with Chris Marsh, and then he'd been talking with Can-Am, and I got the idea, and we talked, and then I talked to you, and things are just, since November of 2021, it's been go, go, go.
You know, John, while I'm talking about it, you gave me two. I am wearing one. We have the other shirt right here, and I want to give it away. I want to give this away to somebody who is going to share the show. Keep sharing the show, whether you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. Keep sharing the show. And tomorrow on the Facebook page, I will announce the winner of that shirt. And you've been giving away tickets to John very generously throughout the past few months for us here on the show. And I wanted to thank you for that. Yep. Let's just, I guess, take it one thing at a time, because there's so much happening at this event. The first thing says workshops. You've got workshops going on. What type of workshops? What does that mean, John?
Okay, we have with the event, when people look at the poster and that, you'll see there's we name the former pro riders, the factory riders are on there, and then we talk about the original design team. The original design team we refer to as basically the first people that Bombardier, when they were just a single, like a snowmobile manufacturer, they contacted these people and to basically bring the idea of a Canadian-made off-road motorcycle to the market. And so these gentlemen are the guys that took the idea and brought it to fruition. We have a few Americans, which were Gary Robinson, which was holding numerous patents, very, very intelligent man. He was headed up the project. We have engineers, we have draftsmen, we have mechanics. And when we refer to the workshops, we're doing 3 workshops, one each day. And each day there'll be an hour to an hour and a half in length. And they'll be on a different topic. There'll be different guys there. Dave McLean He was the head mechanic that they had hired. Dave basically built the first few bikes literally by hand. Dave, if you look at a Can-Am owner's or a service manual, he literally wrote those, and he wrote the book on Can-Am, I guess you could say. And the pictures in the book are his hand. Dave will be there, and this guy is like a god as far as it goes with anything Can-Am, from basic design right through to what the pros use. This guy's a walking encyclopedia. Right. And so these guys will be available, and it'll be advertised and promoted at certain times of the day. Where you can come in, you can sit down. There'll be 3 or 4 of these engineers and former employees there. They'll do questions on, if you want to talk about, problems with the bike, carburation, electrical, whatever. Dave can answer pretty well anything you can throw at them that way. If you have questions about the brand,
okay,
it'll all be there. Yeah.
Let me move on from there for a second, John. And when I look at my phone, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm looking at the actual poster because the writing is much bigger than it is on my computer screen. Now, we talked about the workshops, seminars, movies, a free banquet. Is all this on one piece of property? Will everybody be able to hit all these events, or will there be some traveling involved?
No, it's Go for Dunes, our venue that we're at. They've been one of the mainstay tracks in Ontario since 1984. It's home to one of our national tracks. It's also home to GRD Fox Factory Honda Racing. The actual track that we're going to be riding motocross on is basically the GRD Honda Factory Race Team's practice track. The facility itself where we're at is one track out of 5 that's on the property. We have our national track that if you're on a vintage bike, you'd be challenged pretty good to ride it. It's a very difficult track. It's all sand, but there's cross-country trails there. The facility is hundreds of acres, and so we have just tons of room for pits. The pits are nice and flat. It's kept as lawn, basically. There's a big pond there that the kids can go to. There's a quiet area for the women to go to. They have pre-existing trails. Our cross-country trail network is 8 kilometers.
Okay.
The motocross track we have is, it doesn't get dusty. We run motos, steady motos. It'll be about 2 inches of nice sandy top, and then it stays that way all day. It's phenomenal facility to ride at on the back part, kind of like Diamond Dons, in that it goes through the bush.
Okay. Now, a lot of people wait until the last minute for everything. We know how that goes. Are hotels near Gopher Dunes? Is it near a little town? Is it going to be where people can maybe get a hotel if they like, and it's a short drive to the track?
Yep. We have we have the one, there's Tilsonburg in southern Ontario, is about 10 kilometers away, maybe a little less. Has some motels. We'll be posting this week. We'll have the list of accommodation on the website. We have the host hotel there. There's a few smaller towns around within 10, 15 minutes. The main, if anybody needs to stay in a hotel, 25 minutes due north on the same road as Woodstock, and there's numerous holiday inns, all that type of stuff. So there's tons of accommodation locally. London has thousands of rooms, and it's a half an hour away. So we're well looked after.
Okay. Now, while this is a Can-Am event where there will be workshops and swap meets and all kinds of things going on related to Can-Am, you've got a lot of vintage racing going on that weekend too, and that certainly is not limited to the Can-Am brand. Tell me a little bit about some of the classes you may have and what days there will be racing on. You've got a cross country. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, on all the bike riding, I guess the event is open 100% to every brand of motorcycle that's made, up to and including 1996. It's not just a Can-Am event, so we're very pleased to be able to do that. The trials demonstration that we're doing, and if we get enough riders there on the trials part, we're building a course, and it'll be Can-Am only, but that's only on the trials. The rest of it is your basic vintage format. We have like an ARMA sort of event. We have vintage and amateur, intermediate, and expert, and that would be bikes up to 1975, 4.5 inches. This Elsinore style with drum brakes, low.
Right, short travel bike, sure.
Yeah, and then we
Now you've
we
also
have.
got, you just mentioned your website, John. What is the name of that website?
Okay, there's 2 websites you can go to, www.thethistle.ca, and it's just like the plant. And the other website is www.canam50th.com. And they'll both take you to our website, a ton of information and registration.
Something else I thought was rather important, and I don't know if people are going to be able to see it on the screen or not, but if you contact me, we'll find out a way to figure out a way to get this to you. Let's see if it gets any bigger like this. No, I guess not. Anyway, this is a list of shippers. This is a list of shippers that you've put together for people that want to get their bike up there to the races. Are they just in Canada, or do you have someone coming over the border from northern New York or anywhere in the States?
I don't have anybody coming over the border yet. We're looking into it. The list that you showed there is Cross Canada Motorcycle Shippers, and they're willing to do a dedicated run from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, through each province, across to Ontario, and picking up motorcycles on the way. They'll stay at the event. Then when the event's over, you roll the bike in. You don't have to dismantle the bike at all. You roll it in the trailer and fly home. So it's very practical. And I do a lot of shipping on my own bikes that I buy. And it's very reasonable. Like you can come from BC for like $600, and that makes it doable. We're trying to get it from the States, and like we were talking before we went live, Canada literally only has 2 roads that go west, and across northern Ontario, there's only one when you're Xing it because it's pretty barren. So it's a little easier for us up here to offer something like this in the States, because you're just a mass of freeways, and your population is so much different. But we are trying to work on it.
John, let me ask you this, because I did meet you in person back in January at the York Swap Meet. Mm-hmm. And at that event, you bought a motorcycle, and then you had to head north. How hard was it to get across the border from the United States into Canada with that bike? Any problem?
No problem at all. The biggest problem was it was the Buffalo Bills football day, and the border was backed up with football fans from Ontario. But no, I came across the border, and I had no documentation, no bill of sale, no nothing. And they looked at the bike in the back of the truck and asked me if I had anything to declare. And I said, well, I have a motorcycle I bought for parts, and have a great day, and we'll see you later. So the governments have dropped all COVID restrictions crossing into Canada. It's a very easy process to get in. There's we'll have on our website, it'll be posted this coming week, the Arrive Canada site. Basically, all you need is a passport, and you took a copy off, just do a photocopy of the poster to show where you're going, would be more than enough. It's you're bringing in dirt bikes. You're not bringing in concours cars that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff. So it's low key and low pressure. It's there's no issues. We're going most of our committee.
Hey, John?
Yes.
Well, while I'm thinking about it, money they take U.S. dollars there? Is there an exchange rate? What's happening right now?
Well, the exchange rate right now for anybody from the States coming to Canada, it's pretty lucrative because it's about 37%, 36% exchange rate. We found that if you're coming in from either the border, Windsor's about 3 hours away. Buffalo is less than 2. If you want to trade your American money in for Canadian, the casinos are a good place to go. they don't charge any exchange. Like they give it to you, so it's very good. They don't charge you a fee. But we will have it's going to be mostly cash, especially at the gate coming in if they don't pre-register.
Okay.
We do have at merchandise and registration, we will have credit card availability. Anything that's on our website now for registration or merchandise purchase or at the event, if you were to buy something, when you get your bill, it'll be in Canadian funds. So if it was $50, it'll be like $35. Is what it'd be 50 Canadian,
Okay.
you'll pay whatever the 35. So it's a very good deal for you. So your dollar goes a long ways up here, and our beer is stronger too.
Hey, John, for a couple of months now, you have been giving our random share giveaway winners a ticket. And that ticket is for an opportunity to win one of 3 restored Can-Ams that will be given away that weekend. You're going to have a 175 qualifier there. This is not the bike, but I'm just showing what the bikes will look like. A 175 qualifier. You're going to have a 370 qualifier. Right. And you're also going to have an MX1 250 there. Right. You personally are restoring these bikes for that event?
No, I have part of our committee. Sasquatch Vintage Racing. They have a shop 15 minutes from me. They're doing the 175 and the 370. They're doing the complete restoration on those. That's like dismantle the bikes, and then they give me the parts. And my son basically looks after sandblasting, vapor blasting, cera coating, powder coating, whatever, and we take the parts back, and then they're assembling them. The MX1 250, I'm doing the body here, but Sasquatch is doing the restoration, like the engine work on it. They're very confident on that.
Okay.
So a big shout out.
There are a lot of pictures. There are a lot of pictures on your Facebook page of the bikes during the restoration process. You show them with the cases split. I see you rebuilding all the wheels. There are new spokes and new rims. It looks like it's going to be a real quality restoration when you're done.
Yeah, it's not just putting lipstick on a pig, so to speak, where the bikes are taken apart and every bearing front to back is done. The wheels are completely rebuilt. Like you say, we bought Buchanan. Was awesome to deal with the spokes. We got oversized stainless spokes for them. New tires put on them, new rims, rim locks, everything. The bikes are, new plastic going on them. The gas tanks are all being repolished. Engines are being rebuilt. It's nice. 2 of the bikes are still on stock bore, believe it or not, and we're able to clean up.
Right.
So it's amazing. Like Can-Ams are pretty well built motorcycle when you look at them. They don't even use a head gasket, so it tells you the quality of the machine.
I know that.
Yeah.
I raced one for a few years. I know them very, very well, and they are built extremely well.
Yeah. But we have a lot of
Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, we have a lot of help with, if I can just throw a few names out there, we have Vintage Roost from Edmonton. They're one of our main sponsors, and they've been basically supplying us with our engine parts and that sort of thing. The plastic we all got from RTR. All the bikes are getting new plastic. The spokes came from Buchanan. So we've got just a horde of help from everybody with doing this. So it's been really an easier project than, say, doing the Yamaha last year or 2 years ago for the raffle we did then.
What day will you be raffling off these bikes, or will that be over the entire weekend? Do you know when that will be?
No, I'll just go through the agenda a little bit, and I can sort of lay it out how the event's going to flow, if that would work. Thursday,
yeah, sure.
Thursday, Gary Semix and Gary Jones will be here. They're doing a motocross school, each one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Thursday evening, we'll get together and we'll have with all the group of the celebrity riders and you and all the guys coming in. We'll have a private barbecue with us. Friday is cross country day. So all the cross country races will go then. Friday night or Friday through the day for the women, we've organized a wine tour. About 5.5 to 6 hours they'll be away. They get 5 different destinations they're going to stop at, get drinks at each one. So it ought to be fun when they get off the bus. Then Friday night is our question and answer session. We've got Tent City. We've got our Can-Am Pavilion. It's a 60 by 90 tent. And the celebrities will be in there. We're talking our riders as well as our engineers, the original design team. And we'll have several mics in the audience and people can ask questions. Jeff Smith's going to be there. Like the knowledge that's on the table there, everything to do with the brand. So that's Friday night. Then Saturday, we begin motocross. The seminars will be going through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have Saturday afternoon, starting around 4 o'clock, Bombardier. There are Can-Am is our main sponsor, our title sponsor. They've given us a budget to work with, and we're offering a free banquet to everybody who's there. We've got enough food. Basically, we can feed around 1,500 people. All barbecue. So
wow.
That goes off. And then that's followed by, you'll be doing your job, doing the prize table. We have a wicked prize table that we give away, and it's just random. Anybody that registers for an event gets like a beer ticket with a number on it, and you'll get one draw. Mm-hmm. And not everybody's going to get a prize, but there's some really nice stuff up there that's going to be there. And then that's followed by the raffle. So our thought process with the raffle is there's 3 bikes, 3 draws, and 3 winners. And when you and the factory riders will be doing the draw, and they'll have the bike there, and they'll draw the name, and somebody's going to win it, and then their name goes back in the draw because you paid for the ticket to win 3 bikes. So you've got 3 shots at winning a bike. So theoretically somebody could win all 3, but I think that'll be pretty skimpy. But so that's the way that'll go. And we give away the 3 motorcycles, and if they're there, I'm personally donating a complete set of riding gear if you're in the audience, and so that'll be even a little more incentive. And then that'll be just by probably a little bit of celebration and whatever. And then Sunday is more of there's another seminar booked, day 2 of motocross, and then that'll be the end of it. It's a full celebration. We've got there's trials demonstrations going on. There's a lot going on. We've got some vendors coming in. We've got Concours Bike Show. We have in the Can-Am Pavilion around the perimeter of the outside, we're putting unique motorcycles, Can-Ams. Everything in the Can-Am Pavilion will be Can-Am. But there's some road race bikes coming. There's right-hand shift ice race bikes and dirt track bikes and one-off prototypes, street bikes. There's a lot to do. All weekend long, riders group, which would be like Jeff Smith is there. Jeff's bringing all his ISDT trophies and medals. And Jeff will be around at our reception area for the pro riders. So you'll have access to the pro riders quite a bit over the weekend. And it's going to be a good time.
Now, you've got Marty Tripe's going to be there. Jim Holly's going to be there. As you mentioned earlier, Gary Jones, Gary Semix, one of the names that is always associated with the Can-Am brand. Jimmy Ellis will be there as well. How hard was it to get Jimmy Ellis?
Well, Jimmy Ellis is like finding the unicorn, but actually it worked out. And I talked to him several times, and He's excited to come up, and we're really excited to have him. The downside is Marty Tripes won't be coming. There was a scheduling / coming to terms on what we needed him to have him for the time and whatever. But we do have the riders you named as well. We have Nancy Payne has confirmed attending. She's America's first national female motocross champion. And 2 weeks ago, we talked at length with Sue Fish, and Sue's coming as well. And both these ladies will be around for the girls that as aspiring motocrossers want to talk to them. They're going to be available to talk to the girls. So we've got a good assortment. Then on the Canadian side, for our riders here, we have the likes of Ross Pedersen, 6 times or 7 times national champion. There's most of these guys rode Can-Ams in their junior and senior era. We're expecting more than 20 former number 1 plate holders from Canada alone to be here, and most of them are going to be competing. So it's going to be without doubt the largest vintage off-road event in Canada ever held. There's no question about that for dirt bikes. We're expecting between 750 and 1,000 riders, and we've got inquiries coming in from every corner of the United States and from right across Canada, and a few coming in from Europe. So it's pretty exciting.
Right. Now, of course, on this list that I've been looking at, it says you're going to have a swap meet too.
That's right. On Saturday.
How big? How many people? How many days?
Well, the swap meet is set up for Saturday. We have an area. It's about 4 acres, 5 acres of land. So to put it in, there's more there if we need. And it'll be open for any brand of bike. Although if anybody needs anything Can-Am, this is a place to come because it'll be there. There's no doubt. And the nice thing is there's going to be guys like Dave McLean and that there that can maybe educate you a little bit more as well on the parts that are actually available. But that's going on Saturday. Yeah.
Well, John, I think we've got a pretty good grip on what is happening for the Can-Am Festival that is coming up August 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. That is what, a Thursday through a Sunday?
Yes. Yeah.
Thursday through Sunday. And as we mentioned, you're going to have Gary Jones, Gary Semix, Jim Holly. Marty Tripes will not be there. Hey, there's a little left in the budget being Tripes isn't going to be there. Maybe we can get Donnie Hansen.
Well,
he was a Can-Am guy.
Yeah, there was Donnie Hansen. There was Jimmy Weinert too. And there's a few more.
Yeah, Jimmy Weinert.
So there's a few more.
Right.
We're working on it. It's we're trying to get, as things progress, if people as registration kicks up and the interest is coming in, and we're trying to give you the best program possible. Like it'll be, I don't think
it
anybody.
It looks like you're going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think
it looks
there's
like you're going to do that for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any disputing that this will probably be the very last time that this group of people that basically designed the bikes and the mechanics that got the bikes going for the pros and then the pro riders and the support team, that this will probably be the last time because we're all getting older. And Jeff Smith's in the 80s and Gary Robinson's in the 80s. Like there's a lot of the guys are getting older. So if anybody wants to come and see this and see these people, it'll be pretty special. And we've actually applied to Guinness World Records for the most Can-Ams in any one place at any one time. So we're still waiting back to hear on that. So we're just trying to add in little things. There's the Can-Am Spiders. They've been included in the event now. So if you're from the States and you want to come up for the weekend, we've got a poker run for them on the Saturday. They're included in the banquet. So we're giving people options. So it's you don't have to ride to come here and have a good time.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, John. And yeah, that'll be happening. And once again, that happens on August 17th through the 21st, or 17th through the 20th, actually.
17th through the
Can-Am
20th.
Festival.
Yeah.
You can
And
go
if I
to the thistle.com.
Yep.
And what's the other one specifically for the event?
Well, they both go to the same the website. So there's www.thethistle.ca and www.canam50th.com. We'll get you to the website, and there's registration on there. There's some merchandise. Merchandise is going to amp up shortly. Just want to say that it's a secure site. It's easy to go through, and it's anything that's billed on there is billed in Canadian funds. So you're automatically saving 35% right off. So.
Sounds good, John.
Okay.
I want to thank you for being my guest. And if there's anything else that comes up over the next couple of weeks or a month, or any kind of big announcement at all, please, you have my number. We do speak quite often. Give me a holler. I'll get you back on. We can talk more about it. And if you are just joining me, we have been with John Lake. We've been talking about the Can-Am 50th Festival that is coming up. And I've got it right here. August 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Gopher Dunes. John, thank you again. If anything, give me a holler. We'll be making announcements throughout the next couple of months on Vintage Motocross Q&A. You've been giving away tickets. Tomorrow, go over to the Vintage Motocross Q&A page on Facebook. We'll be giving away a nice Can-Am jersey like this. Compliments of John Lake, the Thistle, and the Can-Am 50th reunion. John, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe. Look forward to meeting you again in person.
You are very welcome. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Well, that about wraps it up for this special episode of Vintage Motocross Q&A. My guest today was John Lake. We've been talking about the Can-Am 50th reunion. Everybody's going to have, who has had anything to do with Can-Am, will be there, including Gary Jones, Gary Senex, Jim Holly. Marty Tripes, unfortunately, will not be there. Jimmy Ellis will be there. Jeff Smith, and all of the people that had something to do with designing, building, and putting together the Can-Am, they will be there. I hope you can make it. I will be your host and MC for all 4 days. I'm really looking forward to being there. I want to thank my sponsors once again: Motion Pro, Vinco, Preston Petty Products, Racer X, Full Circle Racing, the International Motocross Museum, and ReplicaMotorcycleParts.com. Don't forget to keep sharing the show. We're going to give away a shirt tomorrow. And other than that, we'll see you next Wednesday on Vintage Motocross Q&A. Thanks for watching.